Open enrollment is 8 weeks away. Yeah, I know. It's August, and there's other stuff to do. Festivals, that last-minute vacation before school starts. Yard work, other outdoor projects on the to-do list. And that's your personal life. What about your business or your company life? And then it's here. From the home base in Brookfield, Wisconsin, welcome to episode 160. Let's call it part 2 of Open Enrollment is Coming. Roger here, human capital management consultant, and here we are. Open enrollment is right around the corner. And if your process had even one glitch or issue last year, listen up. And even if it didn't, you don't know, maybe you don't know if everything that you should be getting or seeing or doing, you're doing. So listen up. Here we go. Now, you may not have any issues with your broker. You may like your plan. You may be okay with your premiums, even if there's an increase. And of course, we know there will be. Maybe you just want to know where you're at. Now, the market is very fluid and tough to understand. Your broker might be great or not great or neutral. Your service might be great or not great or neutral. You just don't know where you stand. We might possibly be able to help give you clarity and get a handle on where you stand and maybe fix your pain. Back in January, I did a podcast that was about open enrollment. I asked Google, why does open enrollment suck? And here's some of the responses that came back. And these are quotes. While the execs didn't fight on rates, they did fight about going digital. As they said, that's not really going to catch on, so we shouldn't adopt some useless processes. Or another one said, I started in October and absolutely nothing had been done in regards to benefits since the company left their PEO at the beginning of the year. They didn't even use a system, but paper forms, which is terrible since we're a tech company. And another one said, my new job had 700 employees and no electronic open enrollment. My new boss was super old school and wanted paper documentation for everything. It took about 2 months to complete open enrollment since there were so many errors, changes, and lost applications that it burnt me out. Then, there were these pain points we heard from human resource professionals that we speak with in our world. There are problems with collecting completed applications or interpreting what the applications actually said because of errors or they're incomplete or there's poor writing. Meeting the deadlines, meaning trying to collect them from the employees and get them sent to the carriers in a timely manner. Communicating options to the employees. Typically the broker does this, but not always. There were special circumstances like people working in multiple states, whatever the case might be. Submitting to the carriers can be tricky or involved because there are different formats and required information they each need. And then also, it's just submitting the changes to payroll and retirement, who might be internal or other vendors. Getting the changes correctly mapped out for both is time consuming. All this happens at the worst time of the year, which is year end, where there's vacations, holidays, and just year end processing of what your company typically does. So are you ready for your open enrollment, whatever that looks like? Let's be clear. All of this can be solved. It all comes back to the process. And we can fix that. And we can start right now if you want. Let's talk about paper forms, errors, changes, bad handwriting, incomplete forms, missing forms, deadlines, moving that information to the carriers. By the way, carriers are trending toward digital, so you won't have a choice soon enough. You might as well get after it now instead of waiting until the last minute and then be forced to do it. Let's talk about going digital, moving data electronically. Employees going online and completing tasks themselves, kind of like they do every time they order takeout or clothes to be delivered to the house or groceries. Let's talk about real-time reporting at your fingertips, an automatic audit trail. Return on investment. let's pause. Let's talk about return on investment for a minute. Here's a standard definition. Measuring the efficiency of an investment compared to its cost. So what's your definition of ROI? Because here's what we see. You pay for a product, what do you get on the back end? Here's what happens when you go to open enrollment in an online platform where it's all done digitally. The quantified benefits. You avoid manual errors and their corrections. You reduce paper handling costs. You reduce processing time of the benefits staff. There's an automatic audit trail that also reduces manual note-taking. There's timely removal of employees from benefits at the carrier level. And then the unquantified benefits might include things like an up-to-date real-time status of all employees as they're going through the open enrollment process. Simplified compliance reporting available at the touch of a button. It relieves admin staff and managers of manual process steps that they had to do in the past. And then it's automated data movement to the carriers, which is coming anyway. Now, when we talk about ROI, what's the cost? Well, certainly there are going to be fees, which include the annual licensing fees, configuration, data loading, setting up the business rules, and training the administrative staff. Then there's also employee training. And then there might also be some hardware. Most of the work can be done online on a phone or an iPad or a desktop. There probably should be backups or other options available. What are some of the other key results, though, that you get by going to an automated platform? Well, a reliable process to get the information in front of the employees, to get their selections completed, to move the data to the carriers, to see a snapshot of where every employee is in the process at any time. Another result, a better employee and administrative staff experience in getting through the process, because we all know we hate the experience now. We also get reduced duplicate data entry and reduced, quote unquote, unproductive hours, as the process is quick and concise. So now people are actually doing their work and not working on this. Another result is taking a painful process that typically takes place at year end, where there is already a heavier than usual workload, and making it easier for every employee and staffer, allowing them to get their work done with less stress. It's a great result. So a significant number of employers have a January 1 renewal for their open enrollment. Not all, but certainly a majority. And as stated, it happens in Q4, which traditionally is the toughest quarter to navigate. And then at the very beginning, I said, open enrollment is 8 weeks away. So is that enough time to get you out of paper and into an online platform? Well, it depends on how complex your situation is, but I know for sure if you wait 8 weeks, then it's not happening until 2025. Again, not the worst thing is we know you're going to need to go to an automated process because the carriers are going to an automated process. And the manual steps and processes are going to become obsolete. So the time to start for 2024 or 2025 is now. Let's go. Now, you can go to the website and fill out a form. It would be faster if you just call me at 262-278-8522. But if you go to the website, which is benefitsinc.com, take a moment to check our 50th anniversary page, as we're celebrating 50 years this year in the business, as well as our employee benefits and voluntary benefits pages to see all the offerings. Then call me or fill out a form. But seriously, if you have any questions about where you stand and what is available, call. Waiting until Q4 does not solve the upcoming open enrollment pain. Remember, I asked Google, why does open enrollment suck? It was the process. Maybe it's time to fix your open enrollment process. Thanks for listening. Be well.
I'm Kurt Otto for the Benefit Companies. A modern workforce is diverse with high expectations of employers. Cultural changes and differences make employee retention difficult. Benefit Companies' human capital management systems help attract and retain employees your business needs. Benefit Companies' human resource programs improve communications, help balance work and home life, even eliminate intergenerational cultural infighting. Your business will run more productively and profitably with Benefit Companies' human capital management. Connect and simplify. Insource the Benefit Companies. ConnectandSimplify.com.